Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Chiddy here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. And guys, we had FOMC today and well, it came in as expected. Came in as expected at 0.25, rate hike, and Powell spoke at 2:30. And man, the market just bounced. You guys see it on this 15-minute chart. It was incredible. Wow. Well, guys, go into the daily chart. The SPY hit a very interesting level today. A very interesting level that I would like to talk to you guys about, and it's called the golden zone. It's called the golden zone. And in today's video, I will talk to you guys about the golden zone and how I traded this crazy day. Let's prepare. So here, guys, this is the 15-minute chart. Here, guys, you can see here, this is where the SPY opened. SPY opened around 405.2-ish, right? Yesterday was the last level. 405 was the last level that SPY cleared at the end of day when we had that big spike. And when it came in and back tested as a support around pre-market this morning and holding, I mentioned to the group that 405.5 was a resistant level, and to look to long if that clears, or look to short if 405 failed. And it cleared 405, and I had a level around 46.5, and the market came in just a few cents shy of it. Very nice trade to start off the day. However, we had FOMC later in the day, so all of this was just noise until we got the real move. Now, what did Uncle mention to you guys yesterday? Watch out for that initial move, because that initial move is usually a fake one. Okay, now you can't see it on the 15-minute chart, but if I go to the 5-minute chart, you guys can see when we got the data release at 2 o'clock Eastern time, SPY's initial reaction was a drop, and it went as low as 402.72 on this candle, the 2 o'clock candle. All right, Uncle entered calls around here. I posted my gains in my Discord, but exclusive content for Discord members. But yeah, I entered calls on 403.5 level. Why did I do that? Well, because the first reaction was a drop. So that was a red flag. And two, when I saw the data release coming in as expected, I had a feeling that we was going to be bullish. Okay, I usually don't trade on feelings, but usually when the data comes in as expected or better, we get a bullish reaction. Or when the data comes in worse or not as expected or worse, we get a bearish reaction. So coming in at 0.25 as expected, I didn't think we was going to get a bearish reaction. Plus the initial reaction was bearish. So I entered calls there and played it up to the 405 level. I got out. Level to level, I got out. I missed this little drop here. I think some of my Discord members played it because it dropped below, broke down 405 and dropped as low as 402.35. But man, not as soon as Powell started speaking, but around when Powell started speaking, that's when the big move happened. Now, usually I always tell my group, and I tell you guys too, false breakdowns are my favorite setup. So when we break down a level, you can see here at the 215 candle, we broke down 405 and then we recaptured it at 230. Unfortunately for Uncle Chiddy, I missed this move. This pop from 42.3, we recaptured 405. I missed all this big body candle. I missed this move. However, what do we do when we miss one setup? We wait for the next setup and we catch that one. We played that one. So the next setup was how on this candle right here, the 230 candle, we cleared the 408 level. Okay, I had a level at 408. All right, which was the previous day's high, which was Friday's high. All right, so we cleared 408. This was alerted in the group. All right, that's my Tesla trade idea. I alerted in the group. 408 cleared and is now support. Look to short if it fails, putting 46.5 and 45 back in play. Okay, so I said look to short only if 48 failed. Okay, as long as above 410 to 410.5 zone in play with 411.7 above. And boy, right there is when I entered my calls. And man, did it worked out. So no, my trading wasn't perfect. I did not catch 100% of the move. But you know, you don't need to catch 100% of the move. You don't need to get the ideal position, right? Just play the levels, play the setups, stick to your system. If it don't work out, cut loss. Plain and simple. All right? Not easy, but simple. And that's my job here for you guys, to try to simplify all this craziness from a price action perspective. Okay? So, yes, longing, resistance, breakout resistant worked today. Playing false breakdowns worked today. All the happy stuff. Level to level. So, let's get to this daily chart, okay? Now, about that golden zone level that I mentioned to you guys, okay? If we go to Google, in technical analysis, it says here, in technical analysis, the golden ratio is typically translated into 3% is 38.2, 50%, and the 61.8% Fibonacci level, okay? This is based on Fibonacci ideas and stuff, okay? So I got Fibonacci from all-time high at 479.98 down to October low, down to 348.11. Now, it says there, according to Google, the golden zone is usually the 38.2, 50%, or 61.8% of retracement level. Now, according to you, who you ask, some people will even say it's between the 38.2 fib level and the 61.8 fib level. And what is in between those two levels? Of course, the 50% fib level, okay? And in this case, the fib level was at 414, all right? Today, the SPY, it went as high as 413.67. Few cents off of that level. Got very close. And you know something? It's not always going to be perfect. But would I count that as a test of that level? Kinda, okay? I'm more leaning towards yes. But, it didn't technically hit that level. But, came close enough. So, usually, that around the 50% fib level is where you would want to look to depending on the trend, right? If the trend is a bearish trend, the 50% fib level is usually where you would want to look to short. Okay, if it's an uptrend, the 50% fib level is where you would usually want to look to long. Okay, if I just delete all my drawings here of my levels there, okay? Now if I zoom out and go back to the March 2020 low, okay? If I take my fib level from March 2020 low, bring it up to all-time high, what do you guys see here? Look at this bounce. Look at when we started the correction in January 2022, we dropped all the way down to where? The 50% fib level. Look at that. You guys see it? The 50% fib level before we started bouncing. Okay? So let me bring back the levels. So yeah, we call it the golden zone. And today the golden zone has somewhat been tested. Okay? Now I don't know if you guys shorted from 13.6 or anything, but in my opinion, that's a good entry. That's a good entry. I'm not a fan of calling tops, but based on the Fibonacci, ideas and concepts, that's a good entry. Now, all I gotta say to you, if you took that trade, if 414 clears, simply cut loss. Okay, don't try to average down. Don't try to play it stubbornly. Okay, we do have a gap fill. The next gap fill around 422ish. So just keep that in mind. 414 clears, that would be bullish. Okay, that brings me to the bull case scenario and the bear case scenario. Okay, December high was the 410 to 410.49 level. Okay, so that is now the critical support level. Today's SPY closed at 410.80, so a few cents above December's high. So that December's high will be first support. As long as above, I'm watching that 50% fib level, guys. All right, I'm watching that 50% fib level at 414. All right, the next resistance level I got right now above 410.5 is 412. So 412 clears. 414 is the level to watch. If that level clears, if 414 clears, I got 417, 420, and the gap fill at 422 next. All right? So that's the bull case scenario. Bear case scenario, break back below December's high, break back below 410, and then maybe we go back and test 408. All right, 405.5, break down 405.5 would be pretty bearish based on this yellow trend line that I got here. Okay, this yellow trend line got multiple tests. If I put a trend line on the other side, it would look like a rising wedge. You know, somewhat like that. Yeah, it looked like a rising wedge. And yes, we did break. If it was a rising wedge, you guys tell me. But yeah, we broke it out, okay? So yeah, like I said, break down below 410. That will be bearish. Put 408 back in play. I got 46.5 and then 405 to 405.5. All right. Below that would be 403, and then we could go back and test that yearly trend line from January 2022 high, right? Remember that yearly trend line? Yeah, it's at 400.6 now. All right, so tomorrow's bear case starts with breaking down support, especially that 410 level. Below 410 would make today a false breakout. Okay, so if it breaks back below 410 tomorrow, it would make today a false breakout. You want to look to short on those setups. Okay, so yeah, bull case scenario, stay above 410, clear 412, clear that golden level of 414. That's a very, very critical level. And then maybe we can go test 417, 418.5, 420, and the gap fill at 422. All right? Use if and then statements when you trade. Okay? It's logic. We don't want to trade based on emotions. So with the if and then statements, you know, it's all based on logic. Okay? Trade with logic, guys, because that is how sheep traders trade. Bah! Triple Q here. Now, interesting, okay? So we got August high, got fib level from August high, right, down to October low. We cleared that 50% fib level yesterday at 294.3. Showed follow through today. Cleared a Fibonacci channel line at 298.6s. And look at this. Look at this, guys. No coincidence with the triple Q paused. Now, I got this orange line. And you can see it parallel to this other orange line, looking like a bear flag, doesn't it? Well, we hit the top of a bear flag. SPY's hitting a very critical level based on Fibonacci concepts, right? The golden zone. And look at Triple Q hitting the top of this bear flag. You guys see the bear flag? Okay? So, I don't know if you guys, short it from the top here, okay? Around 303.5-ish. All right? That's a good entry, okay? I don't know if you did. That's a good entry. I would set my stop loss above 303.8, though. If it clears that, that would be bullish, and we could see more upside. Got the gap. I got a level. I got a level at 307.5, and then the gap fill at 308.5, and another level around 311-ish, okay? So that bull case for Triple Q resumes if it can clear 303.8 to target those upside and fill that gap. Now, for this to be a false breakout, it needs to break back below 298.5. Break that level, break it down, then look to short. I will look to short, targeting 294.3. Below 294.3 will be a false breakout of the 50% fib level, and that's when I would swing puts. It would also break down this white, almost vertical, very steep trend line here. Okay, guys? Break that down with swing puts. 294.3 would be very bearish. Targeting 290 and 285. All right, IWM, small caps, leading the way, guys, on this up move. Now, I got fib level from all-time high down to June low, okay? IWM cleared the 38.2 fib level today at 193.81. So, for the bull case to continue, if small cap going to continue to lead the bullish rally, it needs to stay above 193.8 to go target 196.3-ish. 198.5 to 199 and 201.6 to 202 zone with 203.5 above. If you want to get bearish, we need to see 193.81 fail. Give us that false breakout setup targeting 191.3, 188, and possibly drop back down to 184-ish, okay? Tesla, beautiful, beautiful trade on Tesla today. Had a trade idea on Tesla. Okay, look to long if 175.6 recaptured, put in 178, 180.6, then 183 in play. Did that work out? Worked out very well. You guys can see here, recaptured that 175.6 level, went as high as 183.8ish. Okay, so support right now that I got is this previous pivot high right here, 180.6. That's support, and it needs to clear 184. Okay, clear 184, and maybe we can go test higher levels. All right, I got next resistance is all the way up there at 194. That's a big pop. Let me see if I can find another level. Oh, here we go. 188.5. That's a previous pivot high here back in November. 188.5. So if we clear 184, what's that 188.5 level? And then here's a pivot low, 191.5, and then we can go test 194, okay? If you want to get bearish, gotta break back down some support, okay? Starting with 180.6, and then the critical level at 175.6. 175.6 is a fib level. We talked about this yesterday, but it is the 23.6 fib level from all-time high down to the January low, okay? So if it breaks that level back down, that's a false breakout, and that's a good time to look to short, targeting 170 or 162, 170, 164.4, and then 162 and 159, okay, guys? And Apple got earnings tomorrow, okay? I got fib levels from all-time high down to January low, okay? And it tapped that 38.2 fib level at 146.6s, okay? Bull case resumes if it clears 146.6. Look to long, put in 150 in play, and possibly 153.5, okay? Look to short if that 143.5 support level fail. Maybe we go back and test 140, 138, and 134.4, all right? DXY, false breakout, guys. We talked about this yesterday at that green trend line, false breakout. Started breaking back down, and it's hitting that 101 support that I got. Okay, if it breaks down 101, I got 100.4 and 99.7 and 98.8 as next support. Okay, to be bullish, it needs to recapture 101.5 and especially 101.7. Clear that green trend line. Okay, let's see if it can do it tomorrow. VIX is breaking down that support at 18. So much for that double bottom is breaking it down. Yeah, it closed below it. So next support is at 17.3, 16.4, and the critical one at 15.4. Okay, if it wants to get bullish again, it needs to recapture 18 to put 19.4 and 20 back in play. Let's end this with the option flow, guys. Option flow is pretty interesting. Okay, so this filter for 500k premiums or above. 53% in the call. Look at this morning. This morning, right? This was a very interesting one. This one, high volume, okay? Over 31,000 in volume. Sweep order, over 767k in premium. Over 27,000 in size. Big size. And look at this. It was calls, 414 strike price, February 1st. This was a very aggressive play. That's a lot of money. $700,000 is a lot of money. And they put it into 414 strike price. They entered this morning at 951 at around 405.98. At one point, SPY dropped down. You guys already know the SPY dropped down to 402-ish. So I don't know if they held through all that pain, but if they did not, I mean, it got within a few cents of their strike price. I doubt they was gonna look to buy the shares, but maybe they did. I don't know, but it was a very interesting position that I saw that the big money took. Okay, but yeah, overall bearish 53%. Bullish 53% in the calls. Okay, so yeah, I'm not seeing much aggressive puts right now. Okay, triple Q 58% into calls. We are getting some aggressive puts though. Now that's something to pay attention to. Here's sweep order over 1 million in size. This is high volume pretty high. Almost 6,000 in size. Okay, they bought puts for 285 strike price February 17th. All right, they entered around 300.3 today. 285 strike price. Okay, that's interesting. Here, this one's a block order, not as aggressive. but over 12,000 in size. That catches my eyes. 265 strike price. That's aggressive. March 17th. All right. And then here's this one. This one came in this morning around 11 o'clock. Sweep order. 2.5 million in premium. 14,000 in size. They entered around 293.8 and had a 298 strike price. So I tell you, option flow, you know, seeing these orders come in really gave us some ideas of what SPY was going to do. Because come on, these are big money. What did these people know? That's, you know, stuff like that. 100% in the puts. Sweep order. 176 strike price for April 21st. All right, that's what we got for IWM despite the move up today, okay? Tesla. Oh, wrong one. Tesla. 66% in the puts for Tesla. Okay, despite some, you know, some bit of bullish price action, okay? Here's Apple. 91% in the calls. 91% in the calls ahead of earnings. This is a big difference from yesterday, okay? Yeah, we've seen some 150 strike price. Got a 155 strike price, 144, 146. Interesting. Okay, so but that's what it got, guys. Barely any puts today. All right, and these expiration dates, you know, this is February 17th, March 17th, September. Well, this is actually a put right here. 140 strike price. These are some puts. But yeah, these are 150 strike price for July, and this for September. Okay, so longer term out, we're seeing this for these calls, you know, longer term out. Okay, and here's the VIX, 84% in puts for the VIX. All right, guys, so I hope you guys found value in this video. Good luck for tomorrow. Remember my bull case scenario and bear case scenario. Let the price action guide you. The price action is the shepherd. We are the sheeps, or we are the rams. Okay, if you want more content from me, please consider joining my Discord. I would love to serve you guys at a higher level. And let's make some money together. Peace.